What up, YouTube Alex? Come back at you with another custom StarCraft 2 video. If you're watching this in December, I am still on vacation. This will be my last video while I am out of town. We are going to be watching my live stream coverage of the final round, round 7 of the Custom Scion Races Skirmish. This is going to be a best of 3 series featuring Sneaky Assassin versus Stassin. It's going to be a crazy one, so kick back, relax, and enjoy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, round 7 of 7, a best of 3 series, basically the finale of the ScionCraft skirmish, spawning on the bottom right hand side of the map. It's our green Chiron player Yu going up against his opponent, spawning on the top left hand side of the map. It's our blue Genetron player Stassin, both very good players. I am excited to see what these guys have in store for us today. Let me go ahead and open the chat too, because I just lost the chat. So here we go. Chat is open. You might see a slight frame drop for a second, but we are back. Now, I will go over the standings at the very end of this stream to tell everybody who won what. Now, crazy cool series it's been so far. I'm so stoked to have been able to live stream these games. So, going back to the show, we have what is going to be an edifice coming down for you, and I expect what is also going to be potentially an expansion. We do have a scout also, and we have what is going to be an expansion coming down for our green Chiron player shortly based on the movement of this converter. And here we go. We have the Citadel being built in the natural base location, and Stassin already throwing down his expansion. So both players going for at least a 2 base play, but I expect for game 1 of 3, I expect both players to be potentially going for some sort of macro build. So we'll see if I am right about that. We do have the scout right here in the main base for the blue Genetron player. And taking a look, we have what is also some harassment from Stassin, actually able to take out one of the converters and starting to attack the second converter. This ACR is damaged, though it may go down, but great control by Stassin. So Stassin, that is awesome, taking out one worker. One worker does go down this game and also delays the building, the production on this Citadel. And we have what is this this converter that has free reign of scouting the main base for the blue Genetron player. And here we go. We have what is going to be 2 manufacturers just about done for Stassin. And what we also have is a relay tower and another manufacturer and another manufacturer. So I think we're going to see a blitzer heavy play coming out of our blue Genetron player. Now, for those of you who are tuning in on YouTube and not watching the stream, if you're not familiar with the Custom Scion Races mod, this mod adds 3 new playable races to the StarCraft universe. It's a super sick mod, and I highly recommend you guys check it out when you get the chance. Now, going back to the show, we have 2 foundries being built, so this will allow the Chiron player to build Umbra. So you going for a potentially Umbra heavy build this game, we'll see if that rewards him. The Umbra is a very good unit for defense and for harassment. Now, where it excels in defense is being able to flank units. It can cloak while it rolls around and flank retreating units, and it can also, being cloaked, go to the mineral line of the natural or the main base, or any base for that matter, and do some crazy damage. Now, if I sound tired, that is because we've been casting for hours. I think I've been casting since I think I've been casting for like 5 hours. I don't know, since like 1 o'clock my time. It's 7 now, almost 6:30. Man, it's been a long time, but we are chilling. This is the last round. I'm ready to eat after this, and I'm also ready to announce the winners of the ScionCraft skirmish. Here we go. We have the Pulsar trying to chase down this Blitzer. The Blitzer with 0 kills. The Pulsar with 0 kills, but Stassin baiting you into those Blitzers. The Pulsar goes down. These Bolts running for their dear lives, bro. We have what is going to be an Umbra, and this is what I mean. Not quite flanking, but the Umbra running in to engage this army, cloaked, so not taking any damage until it got right up into the Blitzer's business. And now we have the Blitzers going down. We have 1 left. This Umbra with 2 kills. Very good unit. Now, we do have a lot of Blitzers at the natural base location, though. So I don't expect Yu is going to go full commit for these blitzers, but we have the blitzers speeding up, able to take out that Umbra. Great plays by both players. Taking a look at the resources lost, 650 resources lost to 500, so 150 resources lost deficit for you. Nothing too crazy. Worker supply is 40 to 44 in favor of you. Army supply, though, in favor of Stassin, 24 to 11. So, solid game so far. We do have a third base coming down for you. We have a third base also coming down for Stassin. So both of these players, I believe, are very familiar with each other. I've cast a lot of games featuring both of these players on my YouTube channel. And here we go, though. We have a lot of blitzers, and I feel like Stassin is a big fan of the blitzers, but the Umbra's so tanky, doing so much DPS to these blitzers, will go down and be forced to retreat. We have another blitzer right here, though, able to take out a Volt, but I think will go down after taking down just one Volt. Taking a look at the workers killed, I don't think a lot of workers were killed this game, and no, there were not. 3 workers killed by Stassin, and that is it. One of those workers killed at the very start of the game as well. We do have the Citadel, which was in stasis for a little while. That's not technically what it's called, but it was in limbo for a while until this converter could come and build it. I'm losing my voice, man. I really am. I've been talking all day. It's been wild. It's been a lot of fun, and I'm ready to eat some food after this, man. I keep talking about it, and that is because I'm hungry. And there's also some food in mind that I have. There's a Mediterranean place close by that's relatively cheap, and man, I love it. Now, back to the show, though. We have here the Cloaked Umbras running towards the third base location, able to force these ACRs to the back of the mineral line, but great reaction time by Stassin, able to protect his third base. Only 2 workers going down, and that is it. These Umbras running away. They will not cloak, and here we go. Now they do cloak. So after they move around for a while, they will re-cloak. So one of the Umbras does survive. Taking a look at the resources lost, virtually identical, 2,000 to 1950. So not too crazy. Taking a look at the production tab, we have what is going to be, we have more, what were these guys called again? Equalizers. More equalizers on the way, and we have 3 Spitfires on the way. We have another Umbra on the way, as well as, I believe, this is an Umbra upgrade, but I don't recall what icon that is, but the artwork, man, the artwork is so sick for those upgrades. I mean, look at that. So unique, so cool. But here we go. We have what is a bit of a lull in the game. We have Stassin kind of reconvening his army, kind of thinking about what he wants to do, taking a look at what Yu is up to. He's still on 3 bases. I will expect an expansion to be coming down relatively soon for this guy. We do have, okay, nope, this guy's just going to saturate the already oversaturated third base, so I do expect to see a 4th base coming down. We have a lot of equalizers, we have some blitzers, and we have 1 fixer in the mix right here. So Stassin looking like he is playing a very solid game. Taking a look at the worker supply, 73 worker supply to 68, 42 army supply to 51. So slight lead for you where workers are concerned. Oh wait, yeah, where workers are, no, never mind, sorry, excuse me. Lead for Stassin in both the worker supply and the army supply. I don't know what I was looking at. I was thinking about something else, evidently. But here we go. We have what is going to be a potentially big engagement on the bottom side of the map, but Stassin deciding it's not what he wants to mess around with. Running back home at the same time, though, we have what is going to be a big push of Chiron units, and tanky Chiron units at that. We have what is the Pulsar, we have the Umbra, and we have some Volts, but not a lot of Volts. The Volts are just like icing on the cake at this point. We do have the Repulsor, though, so we have some static defense at what is the 4th base location. We have a 5th base coming down as well, so Stassin playing like a madman this game. And we have what is just 3 bases for Yu. So Yu is going to be 2 bases behind in this mid-game right here. We're at almost 9 minutes into the game. We're going to be at 10 minutes into the game relatively soon. We have another Repulsor being built, but potentially will not finish. And here we go. Army supply is now in favor of Yu. It was for a second, but now it's not. It's 51 army supply to 63. Army supply is fluctuating now because we have a big engagement at the 4th base location. The Genitron forcing the Chiron away. Stassin holding this game really well. He does not buckle under pressure, man. I mean, we saw him getting cheesed, and he was fine. He didn't win every game, sure, but he did not absolutely lose the game either. It was still relatively close. So this guy really plays well under pressure. I mean, this is round 7 of 7 for the Custom Scion Races tournament. It's amazing how well he plays under pressure. I do not play well under pressure, man. I would have lost so fast. I'm not going to lie to you guys. And here we go. Latent charge is completed. Now we have what else? What else do we have on the Genetron side? We have some flying units now as well. The Hornet, which is an anti-ground flying unit. So this does shoot down. And we have some equalizers. We have some blitzers. What else do we have on the production tab? We have more Hornets on the way. What else do we have? We have what I believe is a fixer on the way. And that is it. Now, and then, of course, we have some static defense as well. At what is this? The 6th base location, man? Oh, my God. U is just now expanding into a 4th base, and we have what is going to be 6 bases for our blue Genetron player. U playing a mad game, though. I'm not going to lie. But this is a huge Genetron army, and here we go. Man. The Genetron army able to push out the Chiron, and I see what is Zdocto giving us an update on the Custom Scion Races tournament, which I will announce at the end of the series, just in case there are people who do not want spoilers. But if you do want a spoiler, go ahead and look at the chat. And Angel Technic Hornet also has an ability to shred the armor of units it attacks, which pairs absurdly well with the Spitfires. Oh, I see. So the armor gets shredded, and then the Spitfires can do extra damage. That is actually crazy. Really, really cool. Now, the Spitfire is a tier 1 unit for the Genetron. For those of you who are not familiar with the Genetron, and we have Genetron light weapons upgrade just about finishing up. We do have the Oculus ability right here, so there is vision on the map for the Chiron until the Oculus is destroyed, and I don't know where this Oculus is. It's likely one of these. So here's your Oculus. It's a detection structure, and it's also like a scouting structure. And here we go. What is that? The 7th base going down, but I don't really think it matters. Army supply 77 to 55 in favor of Stassin. Worker supply in favor of Stassin as well, 89 to 72. Zdocto, no worries at all, man. I just don't want to say it while I'm casting, but, you know, don't totally talk in the chat as much as you want. Don't worry about it. Now, here we go. We have what is going to be a push at what is the 3rd base location for the Chiron player. There's a lot of production right here, but there's a big blue Chiron army coming in. This is really tearing up U's army. The army supply is now 29 to 75. And here we go. We also have what is some harassment coming down from you with these Umbras, but I'm not sure it's enough because now we have the entire blue Genetron army destroying the 3rd base. How many workers went down this game? 31 workers to 45, so relatively even, but man, U able to push this Genetron army aside, though, so the game is still going. Game number 1 of 3, ladies and gentlemen, just by the way. And the Umbras are still alive, able to take out so many workers, and here we go. Here we are. They're going to run away and cloak at the same time. So that's what I was talking about with the harassment utility of those Umbras, but they do ultimately get destroyed by the Genetron army. Taking a look at the resources lost, 20,000 resources lost to 19,000. So really pretty even this game so far. And we're at 13 minutes into the game, and it's getting wild, man. This is game number 1. So here we go. We do have a big Genetron army, though. 77, now 81 army supplied to 29 in favor of our blue Genetron player. And here we go. We have an attack at, what is this? I think this is like the 6th or 7th base. You throwing out the GG, giving game number 1 to Stassin. What a wild game number 1. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 2 of 3 for our final round of the Custom Scion Races tournament, spawning on the top left-hand side of the map. It's our green Protoss player U going up against his opponent, spawning on the bottom right-hand side of the map. It's our red Genetron player Stassin, so switching up the color on us, but still playing the Genetron. Stassin did win game number 1, so we'll see what U does for game number 2. Now, he is a Grandmaster level player, and as far as I know, he mains Protoss, so this could get crazy. And here we go. We have what is going to be the gateway. So no cannon rush from U so far. We have what is going to be a gateway and a scout. So you playing a basic game. We have what is potentially going to be an expansion. And yes, sir, we have an expansion coming down for Stassin as well. And he really loves to build his node in the back of the base. The node is like the supply depot equivalent for the Genetron. You will see that Stassin is expanding early, and he is scouting. Stassin is scouting as well. So what do we have here? We have what is going to be an expansion coming down for you, I suspect, right about now. And yes, sir, so we have an expansion coming down for you as well. So both players going for a 2-base. This doesn't necessarily rule out a 2-base all-in, but I do expect this game to get into the mid to late game as well, just based on what we've been seeing. We do have this pesky scout, great control on this probe by you, and we have what is also the scout for Stassin, checking out what is in the main base location. It looks like you was trying to prevent any sort of gas harassment coming out from Stassin, which is great because like the Protoss, the Genetron can warp in their structures, so you could easily do some sort of gas harassment, similar to how you see Protoss versus Protoss gas harassment. You could see the Genetron do the same thing. Zocto saying you likes air. So yes, I'm curious to see. I think he does like air, actually, now that you mention it. So I suspect we're going to see Oracle play. You really likes to play Oracles, and they are a really good unit. And here we go. Great calls, Docto. Yeah, we do have what is going to be the Stargate. So I expect to see some Oracles. And to be fair, the Oracle is like... Okay, look, I'm a Protoss player, and I would say the Oracle is borderline broken. In the right hands, the Oracle can absolutely win games by themselves. It's actually insane what they can do. And now, Angel Technic also saying, for reference, 1 point of armor destroys 20% of the Spitfire's damage. So, with those Hornets shredding the armor, they get 20% of their damage back. So, we'll see. We'll see if we see Spitfires and Hornets in this game as well. But we don't really see that a lot from Stassin. We do have what is going to be Blitzers coming out from this player. We have another manufacturer coming down as well. And we have this cheeky pylon, which I'm not sure it's worth it. I guess it's to get vision to this Stalker, but the Stalker potentially overextending itself right here. 2 Blitzers versus 1 Stalker. The Stalker will go down. Now, if you don't know how I play StarCraft 2, I avoid building Stalkers like the plague. They are my least favorite unit, and I am a Protoss player. They are built of paper mache, man. I swear to God. They just look at something and they break apart. And yeah, Angel Technic, you're right. The Oracle is a lot like, the Echo is a lot like the Oracle because not only do they look similar, but they do have a similar kind of use case, just in a different way. And look at the skin on this Oracle. That is so cool, man. I don't think I've seen this skin before, but we are going to see this Oracle flying towards the main base of the red Genetron player. Now, we'll see how much damage it can do. It's kind of just chilling. Stassin is not reacting to this at all, but there's no reason for him to just yet. He is actually reacting to this, driving the Blitzers, but I don't know. It's possible what he could have done would be like, hey, look, I'm going to bait the Blitzers to the main base and just fly over to the natural and do some damage in the natural mineral line. And Angel Technic saying Protoss, and you're right, this thing totally looks like something from like iRobot. I don't know, it looks like something maybe Apple would build or Elon Musk would build. It's definitely some trendy kind of skin. Now, taking a look at the army supply though, 9 army supply to 28, worker supply also virtually even, 41 to 39. So army supply is favoring Stassin. 2 generator, looks like he's trying to slam a blink build. Let's see what's going on. So 2 generators. Oh yeah, wait a minute. Where are they? Okay, we have 1 generator here, we have 1 generator here, and we have an outfitting station as well. So we have a lot of energy. So for those of you who are not familiar with the Genetron, they have a shared energy system, and the generator allows you to store more energy, I believe, and also generate more energy as well. And Angel Technic, I think you're right. So the Blitzer has an overdrive ability that makes use of the shared Chiron energy. Oh, here we go. That's the overdrive right there. Yeah, it didn't look like he was using it, but that was the overdrive. So wait a minute, was that the overdrive? Now I'm confusing myself. I've been casting too long. But they do extra damage when they use that ability. Now we have a few Stalkers. These Blitzers will potentially take out the Nexus, though. And we have what is Yeah, the overdrive ability, excuse me. So the overdrive ability increases their movement speed by like 30 or 40%, but potentially not able to catch the Oracle. So overdrive is the speed. Yes, thank you, Angel Technic. And supercharge is the big gun. So supercharge is what uses, I mean, all the Genitron use that shared energy, but overdrive increases the speed of the blitzers, and supercharge increases their damage output. So when their gun glows red, that's when they're using supercharge. Overdrive increases their movement speed by about 30 or 40% for about 4 seconds, I think. But a lot of the Stalkers going down. Great comeback by you. He does lose his third base, but able to take out all those blitzers. Taking a look at the resources lost, 2150 lost by our green Protoss player, in 1975 by our red Genitron player. So still anybody's game. Taking a look at the worker supply, 47 to 45. Army supply, though, in favor for you. Taking a look at the upgrades, we do have Blink and +1 upgrade, +1 attack upgrades for the Protoss player, and no upgrades for the Genitron player. The third base in a lot of trouble, and keep in mind, these Stalkers have Blink. So we'll see. We have the Immortal as well, and I love the skin on this Immortal, dude. That thing looks so cool, man. Wild. So here we go. We have a full pull of units by Stassin. Stassin able to chase away these Stalkers, but at what cost? We have a lot of workers going down, actually. Actually, not yet, but potentially. 7 workers killed by you and 8 by Stassin. But he did lose his third base. Keep in mind, though, Protoss also lost his third base. So we still have a crazy game ahead of us for game number 2 of round 7. Dude, Angel Technic, I agree. The Immortal was always my favorite unit. Ever since StarCraft 2 first came out like 13 years ago, I think it was 13 years ago, the Immortal was just such a cool unit. Even before they changed its like shell ability or whatever, that shield ability where it gets the shell, man. That was so sick. I was so obsessed with that unit when I was a kid. Now here we go. We have the Warp Prism. This Warp Prism is also cool looking. I love the skin that that he was sporting on his Protoss. And we have an immediate warping of Zealots. And do they have charge? Charge is not done yet, but may be able to catch some of these ACRs off guard just as they're trying to saturate the third base. But the third base isn't even down yet. Taking a look at the workers killed, not too crazy. 7 killed by you, 8 by Stassin. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. And we have a Colossus as well. And look at this Colossus. Look at how high-tech this is. Mr. Technology. Oh, that is so cool. The Colossus, I think, is also my favorite unit conceptually. Just like walking over cliffs, like War of the World style, man. Crazy, crazy cool unit. Not as strong as it was back in the day, but still a very cool unit. We have a big army here, though. Army supply is relatively even. 59 army supply to 64. Slight lead for Stassin, but nothing too crazy. And here we go. We have what is going to be a very big push coming out for our red Genitron player. And we have this Oracle just chilling. Will it get sniped? I don't think anything shoots up except for this, except for that Blitzer, which was looking at it. He was like, hey, look, I can do that. I can shoot. But here we go. We have the Colossus, which will do some splash damage. But I think these equalizers do extra damage to everything on the field except for the Zealots. But nothing except for this one Blitzer, actually 2 Blitzers, no, 3 Blitzers shoot up. So the Blitzer's able to take out that Oracle. For a second, I thought maybe they would save the day, but this is so many equalizers, dude. We have a big warping of Zealots. Charge is done at this point, so we'll see what damage they can do to these Blitzers. We have, or not Blitzers, the equalizers. And we also have what are 2 Colossi, which will be able to do damage. Do we have Thermal Lance? Yes, we do. So they will have that extra range. Great engagement by you, able to keep this army at bay. He is still in this game. It was looking really sketchy there for a second. Taking a look at the worker supply as well, it's in favor for you. 61 army supply to 51 army supply, 46 to 36 also in favor of you. Man, oh, this game is getting crazy. I had to take a breath. And here we go. We have the Zealots in the third base location. This Zealot with 0 kills. They are focused on killing this Repulsor. Ultimately will go down. The Repulsor does have 2 kills. And we have what is going to be a big army backed by the Warp Prism. So the Warp Prism will be able to reinforce this Protoss army. Army supply is still pretty good for Stassin, all things considered, but he's 10 army supply down. He does have a lot of fixers. The fixers do not shoot up, so The Warp Prism is safe for the time being. Nothing here shoots up. And we had some Zealots that did go down at the hands. I feel like one of those fixers, for a second, I thought we had a repulsor, but no, we have an interdictor, which is an anti-air static defense unit. Begging you to make a few Phoenixes. Zdocto, I agree. A few Phoenixes would be interesting to see, to pick up all these fixers that don't shoot up, but heal all these units. I mean, look at this. This is crazy. It's so many fixers, bro. And he does have the tech for it. I mean, he still has his Stargate, so he does have the option to do that. He's building a 4th base as well. Taking a look at the workers killed. 17 workers killed by you, 11 by Stassin. And yes, you're right, Zdocto. So there's also no way to protect the processors. So the processor is a detection unit for the Genitron. So with the Phoenixes, would be able to snipe those processors. And honestly, what structures do we have? Do we have? I want to see DTs, man. He has the tech for it, minus the Dark Shrine. I feel like DTs would be really interesting at this point in the game. And yes, Angel Technic, I also agree. Some Achilles in late game are crazy. So the Genitron have a unit called the Aquila that shoots up and down, and with the supercharge ability, it does so much damage. I've definitely won some games using almost exclusively Achilles. The only challenge is they require a lot of tech, and they're not the cheapest. So we'll see. We'll see if we see some Achilles. But here we go. We have the classic Protoss ball. We have the sentries using their shield. We have the Stalkers, and we have an absurd amount of Colossi doing a lot of damage. We have the force fields as well, keeping the Genitron army at bay. And man, this is getting wild. The 3rd base location in a lot of danger. Great force fields as well, keeping these ACRs just a little bit stuck. And now I expect to see the 3rd base go down, and I also expect to see potentially the ACRs going down. But great game sense by you, able to take out a lot of those equalizers. The equalizers running around. Stassin throwing out the GG, giving game number 2 to you. So we are now at 1-1. We'll see what game number 3 looks like. What a crazy, crazy game, man. That was wild. And yeah, Angel Technic, I agree. It's absolutely absurd. Their grenade ability is insane. They do so much damage, bro. Here we go. Game number 3 is about to happen, and then I'm going to eat y'all because, my stomach has shrunk. I can feel it. I can feel how small my stomach is right now. But we are chilling. We are vibing. I'm used to not eating for long periods of time, so it's not the worst thing in the world. I do a lot of fasting just as like a lifestyle choice. There's really no special reason. I just do it. I did it a lot in the past. I thought it was like good for your stomach, and then it just stuck. And now like I don't really think it I don't really think it does anything. Six hours, man. Oh, wait, let me look at the chat. I've been looking at the chat. Here we go. Okay, chat's chilling. So still waiting for game number 3, and then we can announce winners, I suppose, right? Nice. Right. Confirmed. The winner. I'll go ahead and announce it at the very end, though. Oh, no. But yeah, we chilling. I'm mostly doing it for the people that are going to be tuning in on YouTube. So that's why I'm going to wait till I physically announce it, even though we already know. But for the stream, it's fine. So game number 3, I'm expecting greatness, you guys. Hey, it's you and Stassin. I expect greatness. All right, everybody, welcome to game number 3 of 3 in our very last round of the Custom Scion Races Tournament, ScionCraft Skirmish, to be specific, spawning on the top right-hand side of the map. It's our green Chiron player Yu going up against his opponent, spawning on the bottom left-hand side of the map, now playing as Zerg. It's our red player Stassin. So Stassin used his first 2 games to play the Genitron, and now he is playing the Zerg. So we'll see how this game goes. A vanilla StarCraft race versus a Custom Scion StarCraft race. I expect greatness for this game. We have what is going to be an edifice being placed down at the natural base location, which is the right call because we have a Zerg player. And if you do not wall off against the Zerg player, you will most definitely get punished, especially at this level of gameplay. I mean, Yu is a Grandmaster level player, and seeing how Stassin is playing, he is of a similar level, that is for sure. We have what is going to be a hatchery first coming down for our red Zerg player. And we don't have an expansion just yet coming down for Yu, but I expect, based on the way this converter is moving, and based on the fact that he has almost 400 minerals, he will be also expanding. And here we go, we have a Citadel coming down in the natural base location. So we'll see. We have also 2 Overlords flying across to the other side of the map. There he is. Oh, look at how cute they are, just chilling. They're like space cows, man. I love them. Now, if you are not familiar with the Custom Scion Races mod, for those of you who are tuning in late on YouTube instead of tuning in for the stream, the Custom Scion Races mod, excuse me, adds 3 new playable races to the StarCraft universe. Super sick. You should definitely check it out when you get the chance, and I am slowly dying. We've been casting for so long, I think at least 5.5, 6 hours, I really don't know, but we've been casting all day, and it's been a great time, man. But I am so ready. I am so ready to eat some food and chill out for the rest of the night. Now we have this vault. The vault is a tier 1 unit for the Chiron, and it does shoot up, so it may be able to snipe this Overlord. And we have the conduit being placed right over this this little pillar right here, so this will give high ground vision for the Chiron. That is actually such a clever use of the structure for the Chiron. I've actually never thought to do that. That is so sick, actually. Oh, man. And I didn't realize that they can kind of stack, too. So the Overlord is trying to hide here, but it does go down. So Stassin is now supply blocked at 2.5 minutes into the game. Not ideal. We do have Zergling speed on the way, and we have a third base on the way as well. So Stassin is going for a bit of a macro playstyle, taking a look at what our green Chiron player is up to. He does have nothing in his main base, and he has what is going to be the Sanctum, the Edifice, and the Conduit. I feel like we're seeing a trend here. Oh, man. Yeah, Doctor, legit, the 5-head strats. This is big brain play. This is insane. I love that. We also have an Echo being built. Let's see. The only issue with throwing down the conduit on that pillar is he gave away some of his tech, and here we go. That's exactly what I would expect to see. So we have a Spore Crawler being built, I'm assuming, in both the main and the natural mineral lines. So this will prevent some of the harassment from the Echo, but the Echo deciding, instead of doing some mineral line harassment, doing some harassment on the Overlords, will be sniping Overlords. We have another Overlord on the left-hand side, kind of the upper left-hand side. So Stassin not quite supply blocked, and this Overlord running to the Queens, running to its Zerg brethren. We have another, though. We have another Echo. Will potentially snipe this Overlord, and he does. One of the Echoes does go down, but I kind of think that was worth it. Man, that was sick. And Angel Technic, remind me, is Reverb the cloak ability for the Echo? I really don't remember. I don't play with the Echoes enough. But we have, yeah, kind of a Corsair rush. You're right, Stockto. They do remind me a lot of Corsairs, now that you mention it. Did the Echo not die? Oh, it didn't die. You're right. Here it is with the 2 kills. Never mind. For some reason, I thought it vanished. Maybe I missed its... the Reverb ability is the teleport ability. That's right. I forgot about that. So yeah, the Reverb ability is the teleport ability. So if you're playing with the Echo, there's this ability called Reverb where you place it down somewhere else. You place like a shade of itself, and then it can basically like rubber band back to its shadow. It is a super cool ability. Now we do have what is going to be a third base coming down for you. Taking a look at the worker supply, 37 worker supply to 45 in favor of you. Army supply, slight lead for Stassin, 16 army supply to 13. So we are chilling this game. This game looks like it is now shaping up to be a macro game. We have 3 bases for both players. And my headphones are, they beeped at me once saying that I had low battery, and then they never beeped at me again. So we're just going to pretend that that's not a thing and that my headphones will not die in the middle of casting. That would be awesome. We do have the, we have what is the little shield on this converter. That is so cool looking. Anyway. Here we go. We have, and that shield, by the way, for those of you who are not familiar with the Chiron, that is from a unit called the Fuse. It can basically turn into a shield. You have to sacrifice it, but then it turns into a shield for whatever unit you decide. And here we go. These Echoes being used a little differently than we're used to seeing. And double Titans as well. You're right. I forgot to look at that. Oh, wait a minute. Are those double Titans or are those double, we have Inducers. Do we have Titans as well? Wait a minute. Oh, okay, we have a Pantheon. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Yeah, Pantheons. Oh, here we go. We might see Titans as well. We have what is going to be a big push, though. Stassin not supply blocked despite losing his Overlord, so he is reacting to this properly. Obviously building enough supply to make sure he does not get supply blocked despite being harassed. And this is a big army, dude. This is, what, 56 army supply to 28? And Titans are coming via the Pantheons, if I'm not mistaken. And we have the Inducer. And we have the Inducer on the cliff. That is so cool with its range. You not running away with his workers, actually deciding, I think, to go aggressive with the workers instead. We also have what is the Umbra, or not the Umbra, the Echo, using its slow ability here. So, able to take out a lot of those units, and the army supply is evening out. Now it's 37 army supply to 30, but how many workers went down? 18 workers went down in that engagement. We're now at 42 workers to 52. Still in favor for you, though, so ultimately not that bad. We also have the Titan. There they are. The Titans are here. Basically like a Colossus would be like the only equivalent I could think of. They're like a massive unit with a laser beam. They're like a grounded capital ship, man. They are so sick. So these Titans may force Stassin to go for some sort of heavier unit because I don't think his current composition is really great for it. We have what are more roaches on the way, and look at this. The Fuse's ability with that shield ability on the Titan is so cool looking. That might be a thumbnail actually for when I post this on YouTube. Anyway, it is so sick. And here we go. We do have a 4th base coming down, but it may get canceled. And you going for a bit of aggression with a small army, but a strong army. So, man, this Titan is so cool looking, but this is a really, really big Zerg army, and he may get the surround on this. The Zerglings coming in on the right-hand side, but the Titan able to walk over it, evidently. They can walk over these smaller units, able to retreat, and the Fuse's shield ability is doing a lot of work. Great use of these Echoes as well, trying to save the Titan, but unfortunately just a little too late. Taking a look at the army supply, though, not too crazy. 68 army supply to now 34, so a little bit crazy. It's like literally double army supply in favor of Stassin, but this is still anybody's game. We do have basically 3 base to 3 base. We do have a 4th base coming down, but it is not finished for the Zerg player. But this is a really big army of roaches. We do have some big Chiron units as well, though. We do have the Titan, and we have 2 Inducers forcing the retreat on these red Zerg units. But man, this is crazy. This is crazy. This is really stressing me out, dude. This is a lot of roaches coming towards the 3rd base location for the green Chiron player, for you. And we have what is the 4th base just finishing up for our red Zerg player. And the roaches running around, seeing if they can catch anything out of position. And we have what is, where is the army? Here we go. We have the green Chiron army running towards the 4th base location. So you, great play. This is what I would do in this situation. You is floating a lot of money. That's actually good points, Docto. I didn't realize that. I wasn't paying attention. You was floating a lot of money. Now he spent it, but that was a lot of minerals. And no subjectors as well. Oh man, here we go. We have what is the Titan still alive with its shield. We have 3 Titans now. We have 3 Inducers, and we have some Umbras. So yeah, we don't have a lot of vision though for the Genetron, or not the Genetron. What am I saying? For the Chiron. What am I saying? I mean, now we do with these with these echoes, that's actually really cool. Just leaving them there for the enemy army to run around. Oh, that is sick. But this is a big army. It's now 83 army supply to 72 though, so really not that bad. Worker supply is identical, 73. Oh, now it was identical. Now it's 74 to 70. So we do have an army supply lead slightly for you. 86 army supply, excuse me, to 83. So nothing too crazy. But this army is really intense. I think this composition is honestly stronger for the Chiron player. And this is game number 3. Keep in mind. So this is the deciding game for this round. We already have the winners, which I will announce at the end of this series. Now, man, this is such a crazy ball. This reminds me a lot of the of like a Protoss death ball. I mean, we have what are the Umbras, we have the Titans, and we have the Inducers. This is a terrifying army to look at. I will not lie to you guys, and it's going against exclusively Roaches. That is insane. We have the modified gate finishing up for the Volts as well, I believe. That's what that's for. But we don't really see. Oh no, we do. The Volts are kind of hidden though. Man, they are so tiny compared to the tech of the Chiron. I mean, look at this. We have a Titan, and then we have the Vault right next to it, and it's so small you can't even see it. We have a Zergling right here spotting the 5th base location for the Chiron, and we also have another Zergling right here spotting another potential 5th base location for the Chiron. We have a lot of Vaults running around, seeing if they can do any sort of damage. But look at the map, dude. This is insane. The map is totally expanded on the left-hand side, and we have mutas. I forgot to look at the production tab, man. We have mutas now, so the mutas are going to be really annoying to deal with for the Chiron player. There's not a lot of fast-moving units. We have, like, a big lumbering death ball. I mean, we do have the modified gate for the Bolt, so they will be moving a little bit faster, but they're totally out of position. And, now the mutas did give themselves away, though. They killed a green Chiron unit, but we do have the Aegis. So the Aegis is a really good defensive structure, but it looks like it warped away to where did it warp? It warped to the 3rd base location. So these mutas doing a lot of damage at the 4th base or the 3rd base. I don't remember. I think this is the 4th base. And here we go. Zdocto saying that Inducers do a lot of damage to mutas. And I actually haven't seen, to be fair, I haven't seen Inducers go up against mutas. I've never seen this composition played against the Chiron, I don't think. Maybe one time, but I've not done a cast where we've seen mutas go up against the Chiron. We do have a lot of Bolts being built, and we have Subjectors as well, which are really good anti-air. So they will clean up these mutas, and at the same time, we have what is going to be a big engagement brewing at, what is this, the 4th base location for the Zerg player, but we have a lot of DPS here. We have Hydralisks, we have Roaches, but I think this is a really good composition for the Chiron as well. This is so many Titans, man. The 4th base absolutely getting melted. And now we have we have Lurkers, though. They are going to do so much splash damage against this Chiron army, and I don't think there's any detection here. Is there detection? Wait a minute. The Lurkers do go down. It must be splash damage, but they do go down. Stassin throwing out the GG, giving the victory to you. So you winning the best of 3 series for round number 7. All right, you guys, that's going to conclude my live stream coverage of the Custom Scion Races Skirmish. Eggs did win this tournament. He didn't lose a single game as far as I know. It was absolutely insane. If you enjoyed what you saw, please consider shooting me a like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you want me to cast any of your own games, I will leave my email and Discord in the description below. And I'll see you guys on the next one.